Hey guys, it's musical teacher back at it again with some poem revision. So, from the last time when I did Ozymandias, it wasn't very good. So, this is basically a remake of Ozymandias, and hopefully this will help you guys. So, Ozymandias by Percy Shelley, and this is for your literature paper 2 exam. So, basically, this is about Egypt, really. So, this is set in Egypt, if you can tell. We don't really need to get into detail on that bit. So, this is actually a bit of Egypt here, which you might actually enjoy. And it's very popular in museums. So this poem, about his poet. Percy was a romantic poet who only really became famous after his death. He wrote Ozymandias for a competition in 1817. At this time, hieroglyphics and ancient Egypt were still largely a mystery. He was inspired to write after hearing how an Italian explorer called Belzoni had retrieved a huge statue from the desert in Egypt. Percy Shelley was a romantic poet that believed in motion rather than reason, tried to capture intense experience in their poems, and particularly focused on the power of nature. Shelley also dislikes monarchies, absolute power and oppression of ordinary people. His radical views were inspired by the events of the French Revolution, where the monarchy was overthrown. Shelley died in 1822, a few weeks before his 30th birthday. His boat sank in a storm on a lake in Italy. He was cremated, why? This famous painting of the scenes is in the Walker Art Gallery in Liverpool. So there's Lord Byron, the famous poet there. And this is his mother, Mary Shelley, or wife. And actually, the writer of Frankenstein, which I did not know. That might actually help you. So what is this about? I met a traveller from an antique land who said, "Too vast and trunkless legs of stone, sand in the desert." Narrator meets a traveller from an ancient land who tells him about a statue standing in the middle of the desert. So I'll let you have it. Near them on the land, half sunk, a shattered figure visits rise. His throne and wrinkled lip and sneer of court command. Turn at its sculpture while those passions read, which yet survive, stand on those lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. It is the statue of a proud and powerful arrogant king who ruled over a past civilization. And on the pedestal, those words appear: "My name is Ozymandias, kings of kings. Look at my work, yet mighty and despair." He accurately boasts about how powerful he is in the inscription on the pedestal. Nothing besides remains. Rather rounded the key of the classical wreck. Boundless and bare, lone level sands stretch far away. However, ironically, the statue has fallen down and then crumbled away so that only the ruins remain. So there were three voices in the poem. The speaker of I from the first line, the traveller from an antique land, who tells them the tale, and the words of Ozymandias and pencil of the statue. So the form, quite a lot here. Oh, this might really help you for this. Right, a 14-line poem called a sonnet from an Italian word sonetto, which means little song. It is also an example of exophoris, a work of art, a poem. A work of art, about a work of art, a statue. The first 8 lines of the sonnet are called the octet. The jump in the middle is called the volta, but there is normally a change of subject or mood. The last lines are known as a sestet, and sonnets are often split in sections. This one is presented in a one large chunk like the remains of the statue. So now time for structure. Can you I'll give you about a couple of minutes or pause this video, and there's a question for you. Can you mark in the rhyme scheme for the poem the rhyme words have been colored to help you? So I'll let you have 10 minutes. So I can begin A, B, C, D, E. So if you didn't get that, please pause this video if you want to do it. So, the structure, rhyme scheme, my bad, scream. Sonnets usually have set rhyme patterns. Italian petra. Sonnets are usually A, B, B, A, B, B, A, C, D, C, C, D, C. However, in English, Shakespearean sonnets are usually A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, G, G. However, Shelley's poem doesn't really follow these regular patterns, and is more broken tone. Why do you think this is? So, time for the structure meter. Because there are 5 heavy beats in each line, we call this a epitic pattern meter. The pattern is mostly X / soft beat, heavy beat. These are known as icons. Can you mark the rhyme beats for the poem? They normally land on the vowel sounds. It helps to clap them out. So if you want to do that, pause this video and try that, it will help you. So time for the language. So I is the first speaker, 2 which is the second speaker presenting direct speech. Antique, a port way of saying ancient. Trunkless, 2 adjectives emphasizing the size and weight of the statues. Trunkless means that the torso of statue has broken away. This monumental statue was obviously built to last. Why is this ironic? The legs, which highlights the body parts mentioned in the poem, and desert settings shares absence of life and fertility. The speaker presents the tale he has heard from a traveller. So next bit. Why is this effective of effective of adjective, shattered. Physics, French for face. Wow. Another question for you guys. What is the effect of these three descriptions of the face? What does chord suggest? What is sneer? Notice the alliteration. Chord, command. Passion, emotions. Tell, personification, features speak to us and tell a tale. Yet survive, still survive, contracts with lifeless later in the line. Read, passions read. Metaphor, his face is like a book which the sculptor read easily. And there's another metaphor, stamped curve. Face has been stamped with passion, I think, I'm not sure. Anger. Ambiguous lines, hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. It is not clear here whether it means that sculptor's hands witchcraft image. Does it mean that he was mocking the pharaoh by showing his cruel features in the sculpture? Or does it mean that Pharaoh's hand mocking the people of Egypt? What do you think the heart that fed means? And what does it refer to? So another bit of language, guys. Ped or pedestal means foot, literally the foot of the statue. Ozymandias, the inscription of the poem of the statue, the third voice of the poem. Look. Look is a verb, so this is a command or imperative. It also brings a heavy or stressed beat, changing the rhythm and giving a statement more power. Yeah, mighty and spare. It shows arrogant and powerful. He challenges other rulers. Look on his works, statues, cities, and etc. and spare. Why is this ironic? And Ozymandias was the Egyptian name for the Pharaoh Ramses II. So our language, simple sentence. Colossal adjective, huge. Colossal of Rhodes was an enormous statue of ancient Greece which guarded the harbour of islands of Rhodes. It was one of the 7 wonders of ancient world. Stretched forward. What is effect of finishing with the alliteration? And my reading, guys, tells us other rulers to despair. They should bow, but not because of the power of his power. They should be fearful because the power is temporary and unlimited, ultimately unimportant compared to that of the time and nature. So feelings and attitude, which I've mentioned in the other one, pride. Ruler was proud of what he'd achieved. He called on other rulers to admire what he did. Arrogance, the inscription shows that he believed that he was the most powerful ruler in the land. Nobody else competed with him. He thought he was better than those he ruled. And power. Human civilization's achievements are insignificant compared to the passing of time. Art has power to preserve elements of human existence, but is only temporary. Here's some questions for you to think about, guys. So if you want to pause this video and hear these questions, I'll read them out for you quickly. Why do you think poem is set in a fake antique land? Why do you think nothing besides remains complete comes directly after the ruler's inscription? What does the poem suggest about the way Ozymandias ruled? At the start, we said that Shelley focused on the power of nature, despite monarchy's absolute power and the obsession of ordinary people. So the themes in comparison: power of humans, the power of nature, the prelude, exposure, Solomon and Island, negative emotions, pride, and life represented in art, my last touches. So I think that will call it a nice video. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully you will get loads after this. Thank you, guys.